Yo, good morning. How we doing, folks? Boom, just like that. Hey, good morning, everybody. Sorry for, well, we're just having fun, I guess. Hey, let's see. Thanks for joining this morning, Randy, the news guy. I appreciate it. And let me take some of these captions off here as well. Roll that off. Go over to the live chat. Hey, Emmanuel, way to go. Good to see you. Terry Samuels. Oh, my gosh. Good morning. I thought you would be holed up getting ready for SEO spring training that's kicking off. I'm flying your way tomorrow morning, buddy. Let me tell you, I have to get up at 3 a.m., like in the middle of the night, to make it to the airport, put my car in a remote lot because airport parking is crazy here in Cleveland because of the eclipse that is coming through. And then I have a 5:30 flight. I'll be in Phoenix, I think 9:15, 9:30 Phoenix time, something like that. Getting ready. Got a baseball game tomorrow. Woo! Yeah, love it. SEO spring training. I have been so looking forward to SEO spring training. I'm not kidding you. This is wow, I'm really excited about it. So should be a lot of fun. Manuel, good morning to you, my man. Good to have you on board. All right, folks, hit up any questions, any thoughts, whatever you've got, throw them into the chat. And also, if you please would, whatever platform that you are on, please like, subscribe, follow, share, whatever else that you do on those platforms. All right. So today is a little more of an informal show. I don't have a guest today. I'm sorry. Kind of getting geared up for SEO spring training, as I've stated. And a lot of folks are busy and or traveling. And frankly, I even was like, should I do one today? But I thought I would go and just invite all of my close friends to join us today. Hey, so here we are. Wanted to... I don't know. This is open. So if you have some questions, you can ask me anything around SEO, obviously, digital marketing, press releases. Do my best to answer any of those things. I also thought maybe I would share one particular thing in regards to, and maybe a couple, in regards to what to do with your press release after it's released. That's probably one of my top questions that I get in regards to services. Like, hey, what's going on? What can I do after the release is out? So I'm going to share a couple of things, I guess, maybe a couple of different things that you can do with your press release. So otherwise, throw your questions up in the chat. We'll try to get to them. And again, thanks for joining us. Like, share, follow, subscribe, all of that fun stuff. I talked about this yesterday on every Monday. By the way, if you don't know, I also do a show with Craig Campbell and Holly Starks. That's over on Craig Campbell's channel, YouTube channel, Facebook. I think he throws that everywhere, actually. I think he puts it up on Twitter and LinkedIn as well. But catch that every Monday at noon. Now, we're not going to do it next Monday. So, only because both Holly and I are flying back from SEO spring training. So, won't be able to do that. But check that out on Mondays. I may even, if I have some time, share with you something that we just did and I talked about yesterday on the show there. But so Manuel has a question. What are your thoughts on monthly press releases for a local business? I have to tell you, absolutely. We have in our agency side of our business, we have our own SEO clients, monthly clients, and we do a press release for our SEO clients once a month. We have a couple that we do twice a month press releases, and um, uh, we do a lot of white label agency services for their clients as well, and quite a few of those we do on a monthly basis for their clients. And the reasons being is that you want to continue to just bring the heat, right, with links, have those constantly filling the buckets and pointing to your site or your client sites. And as well, think about it in these terms. Any of these big companies, right? So like Procter and Gamble or Apple or Amazon or Microsoft or Facebook or whoever, right? Just rattle anybody up. General Motors, Ford, these big companies are doing press releases like every month. I don't know what's going on with my camera. I hate this. Sometimes I hate this camera. There we go. Locked it down now. And I mean, they were doing stuff sometimes every day, every week with press releases, multiples even. So for a small business to do one a month is certainly not out of any kind of norm. So get kind of out of that mindset of thinking, well, that's too many. But companies do these things all the time. So absolutely, once a month, I think is great. Now, then the other piece is, and Terry Samuels is right on target with this, what he does in press releases as well. Before we even get going on it, you really just kind of map out, and this doesn't take a lot of time, right? So you don't have to, you don't have to spend hours agonizing over this, but you do have to just sit down and kind of jot out a strategy. What is it that you want to do with your press release? Meaning, um, where do you want to link? So, what is your linking strategy? What are your keywords and anchors that you want to highlight and magnify? What is the service or the product or the aspect around the press release? So, once you kind of define all of those things, then you go forward with the press release. And I lay those things out for you is because, and especially for a local business, on a press release, you can send these press release links and what you want to highlight to multiple different areas or pages on your website. You certainly want to get the GMB or the Google map on the press release. Now, if you have local service pages, um, absolutely bang out, hey, Randy's Plumbing, expand services in Cleveland. Boom. I'm going to link to my Cleveland page on my plumbing site. I'm going to put in my uh, Google map on that press release as well. I'm going to put in the full NAP in that press release. I'm going to have some geo located long tail keywords. Best professional plumber in Cleveland. Boom, that's one anchor. And I may link to either my GMB share, my GMB. Say I'm still on GMB. I'm so old school. I cannot get over GBP, but I think you get the idea. You can link to that share link. You can link to the search bar URL. Sometimes we also link to the CID link for your Google Map. So there's a lot of different things that you can do with that. But just as a local business or a local service, you can kind of see if you have multiple service pages, you kind of want to take that same approach. If it's a product or a service, you also may want to have category pages for your local business. So you want to do those things as well. Hit a category page, highlight that as the target for your press releases. So you've got tons of different ammunition that you can do. Plus, you'll always want to go and just continually do probably one every other month or so on a strong branded press release hitting links out to your homepage. So you want to just continually build out links, build the brand, and magnify or amplify the brand mentions across the internet. Because I think, and especially in this day and age, with artificial intelligence out there, AI, that brand authority and brand impression is absolutely just critical, I think, for continued focus or continued leverage in search. So I don't believe you can do too much out there. And I think it's pretty critical. So, anyway, Manuel, hopefully that answered your question. Anything else, if you want to follow up, certainly throw something out there. Pam, good to see you. Good morning to you. Hello, hello. Is PR still safe after the March update? Absolutely. Yes. As a matter of fact, and I don't know if I can, I probably can't find it. That's on my other computer, but I actually have an image even outlined where Google in their uh, uh, I don't know what they call that doc in regards to. They kind of put a document out and said, "Hey, let's explain this latest algorithm update and all of that." Blah blah blah. But they even call out specifically within that document that press releases are not targeted. They are safe and they are thought of and well respected in the eyes of Google. So yes, PRs are still safe, and I do believe will be safe even in future updates, because they're so widely utilized. Massive news sites that put out articles, hundreds a day, and all different companies, as what I had mentioned earlier, are utilizing press releases, right? So, major Fortune 100 companies utilizing PRs on a daily basis. So yes, PRs are going to be safe. And what I would say though is I think the the press release that is really this kind of mindless AI generated, purely for ranking purposes without delivering much from a content standpoint. I think those are going to be probably, now this is just my guess. They haven't yet, so don't, hold me to this. But I think those are going to be more difficult to get widely distributed. Now, there will always be news sites that'll print almost everything. But I think, my guess is that the standards on AP News or Yahoo or Business Insider, any of these, my guess is that they will become a little bit more stringent in their review and approval process. And so that's why for us, I'm not concerned because, we use all human writers. We use not only human writers, but then I also have a really solid editing desk that goes through processes to ensure that A, it's good content, B, it's optimized and ready for print and will pass any kind of scrutiny before we go out and publish anything. So I feel pretty good about our process and what we can get across. But yeah, man, PR is safe. Bring them. That's what I say. Bring them. Bring them on. All right. So just a reminder, this is a Q&A. So I will go as long as questions are rolling. Not sure if I have the answers you're looking for, but I will try. Um, All right, I did share. So hit your questions, throw them up in the chat. Appreciate you hanging out with me. Like, share, subscribe, all of that fun stuff. I did want to share a couple of different things in between questions. All right, Terry. Terry's got to run. Dude, thanks for checking in. Looking forward to seeing you and Team Samuels in Arizona, brother. And off to a great conference. Excited, super excited. Um, so let's see what to do after a press release. I get that question a number of times. And a couple of different things I want to share with you. Let me share my screen. And one is this specific. I'm going to share this as a package. Now you can do that. You can obviously you can order this from us, and that's great. But that's not the purpose why I'm wanted to bring this up. Would love to work with you. So hey, we'll do it for you. Great. But you can do this on your own as well, which is doing some PR booster links. So as you know, we do press releases, right? So you're going to see, like, you're going to get this wonderful, beautiful press release report from us, right? Here's all of the links, full text, the headlines, boom, how many readers, how did it get distributed out, millions of people, where it got distributed out, all of this fun stuff, right? So here are all of the links. So what you can do, and I think this is a good practice, is you can pull out some of the strongest links. Now, this is one of our premium releases. So, we're really banging this thing out with a lot of very strong news sites. Here's the Mega Financial Insider, Benzinga, Yahoo Finance. We've got up in the other, we've got Associated Press, Digital Journal, International Yahoo Finance, Markets Financial. So we got a lot of EIN news. We got a lot of stuff going on, right? Great, good, solid links. Most of these are up in the high 80s, low 90s from a DA standpoint. So you want to grab a handful of these things. And this is what I tell people all the time. Don't forget, these press release, these news site links are just like, and you have to use this mindset, they are just like a tier one link that you would buy or you would source, go pitch and get on somebody's site, a tier one link. These are tier one links. Work with them, use them, support them like you would any other tier one link for your site. So you're going to build tier two links to those strong tier one links, right? You may do niche edits for those tier one links. Back to what we would do, and you can do this as well. And I'm trying to encourage you, you should do this stuff, is what we do as a service. We pull out a handful of these really strong authoritative news sites. And when I say that, meaning that, so like here's that news site. Here is the article that we published. This is on Globe Newswire. You could pull this thing out. You could pull any of these things out. Here, let's go down and let's take a look at it's a Business Insider. I love Business Insider, one of my faves. So you can pull up Business Insider, and here's the story. You can grab this link here, and then go build out a bunch of tier two links to it. So we do this. That's what we do on this service. And this is what it looks like. We give you a report like this, and we build out just hundreds of links, right? So these are not going, remember, these are not going to your website, to your target site. These are tier twos that they are pointing to the news site link. So let's take a look at this one. So this is, as an example, here is, and I think I had one of these other ones even pulled up. So this is a bookmark, right? Boom, that we're doing, and we're linking to in here. Here's one of the sites. Wait a second. Smart Savers. Boy, I could have sworn I had one sitting up already. Let's go back to my report here. Let's just dribble down here. Here's another one. We're just building out a bunch of different tier 2 links, right? Um, see what this one's going to kick out for us. Who knows? But you get the idea, though, right? Here we are. Here's a site. Here's what we anchored, Dental Professional, and you can see this link is going out to Yahoo Finance. So we're building out hundreds of tier 2 links, linking to the new site, not your target site. So what we're doing, we're trying to power up all of those tier 1 links with a bunch, and we'll do but generally what we do is that we take like 5 to 6, maybe 8 even of those top authority news sites, and then we build hundreds of tier 2 links to each of those news sites. Fire those things up, and that juice then pushes through the news site and then pushes through all the way up to here's that doggone screen thing again. Let me get that. I'm going to lock that thing down. Pushes up to your target site. So it's all about trying to give you more juice for your target site through these press releases. The other thing that this does as well is helps extend the life cycle of your article on that news site. So Yahoo, as an example, may I know that they've got indicators that um, they monitor that says, "Hey, here's this article on dental intelligence. It's getting a few links to the article." And it's also getting some traffic. That's a whole nother thing that we could even kind of talk about. But it's getting some traffic to this article. So let's keep it up longer because it's getting some engagement. We don't want to just kind of cancel out any of these articles off of our site. If it's getting engagement, it's good for Yahoo, right? Because they're getting people coming onto their site. That's what they want. And so they're going to extend the life cycle of this. We have press release articles that are almost 4 years old. Probably some of these probably are 4 years old now. And as a matter of fact, I know they are because like over a year ago, I was doing a presentation. I was showing some of these things that were over 3.5 years old at that time. But you can really extend these things out and keep that link active. And that's really what you want to do. So just to kind of sum it up, what you want to do is go send a bunch of tier 2 links. Now you can't, let me go on this, put a little few breaks on this thing. You can't just go send thousands. Don't go build millions like GSA links to your news sites because they will drop that thing like a hot potato because they know like, whoa, we're getting a million. Somebody's building a million links to this article. We're going to kill it. They don't want that. A couple of hundred, reasonable amounts, drip them a little bit over maybe a week, 10 days. That is not going to look too crazy. And you will pass the benefits onto your site because of that, right? So take a look at that. We do that as a service. So you can do it as an add-on. If you're grabbing our premium package, by the way, like what the dental intelligence did here, it's actually included as part of our premium package. There you go. It's one of the things that makes it stand out for us. So that's a great service. Something I think is kind of nice to keep in mind. All right, I got a question here. Emmanuel, what do you make of pointing niche edits to main site directly? Well, so you got to think and remember again. Hold on, excuse me. Let me try to lock my camera down again. You have to remember what niche edits are, and niche edits. The definition of them. They are an active site with a page that's already published, and it could be on the homepage, could be anywhere actually on the site, and somebody has gotten backdoor access. Now, you may even contact the owner of that site and say, "Hey, I see you have this page, and would you be open to putting this anchor and this link on that page that's already active and getting some traffic?" So that's what a niche edit is. A lot of times, and there are different sources for this, somebody's got kind of backdoor access into a site and they're just putting these links on without permission, even. Um, and because and the power of these niche edits are that they're active sites. They're getting some traffic. Hopefully, they're getting traffic. Otherwise, the value of it really probably isn't all that great. So they already have some juice that's flowing and on that page. And then once you put your anchor on there, um, theoretically, you're going to get that juice passed on to yours. Um, there I know a number of people that push niche edits directly to their money site or main site directly, have a niche edit as a tier one. I think it's a little risky. We don't do it. We use niche edits really only to power up really solid tier one links. If I really want to get those things fired up and want to push some additional juice out to my target site or my money site, we'll do niche edits. And the great thing about niche edits, you don't need a lot of those as well. I mean, you can kind of get by maybe with 10 or 20. I mean, you start out with a little bit, see what kind of movement you get. If you're getting what you want, then don't do any more, right? So I always love Ted Kapitis and his like minimal SEO effort kind of theory. It's like, don't just like go, okay, I'm going to do some niche edits. I'm going to put, 50 niche edits out there when maybe you only need to do 10. So don't waste your resources, waste your money, waste your time if you don't need to, right? So do minimal effort or minimal impact SEO. But I don't like doing them to the main site and directly, and this is why. One is because, again, unless now there's two ways I guess you could go about. Emmanuel, you may approach me and say, "Hey, Randy, you've got this great page. You got some content. I see it's getting traffic. Would you be open to placing this anchor and link on that already uh, page that you have on your site?" I may tell you, like, no, more than likely, no, sorry. Um, but some people may say, sure, and it's going to cost you. That's probably going to cost you, a bit. Um, or you could go out and seek services, option B for niche edits. You go out, seek services, and people will have, as I've stated, kind of a backdoor access to sites. And this is why I don't like doing it. Backdoor access to sites, and place your anchor and place your link. So here's the challenge and why I don't do it for my target site is someday, potentially, not saying always 100% this will happen, but someday potentially, that site owner is going to be aware or become aware that, wow, what are all of these anchors and things that are linking out from my site? And they just go like, here's the anchor and here's the link, and go see your site. Now, what's to say, that either A, they'll just kill it, and or B, um, do some other retribution of some sort on your site. I mean, you have no idea what's going on. And then the other thing around that as well is generally, and especially kind of on that dark side about doing niche edits, is people go and scrape those sites, and then they look at what those anchors and what those URLs are on those, and then they go and do different things with those URLs. So it's just a little bit, the potential to do some nefarious kinds of things with a niche edit link kind of makes me cautious to put my money site as a niche edit. So that's why I don't do them directly. I do them to tier ones. Absolutely. It's much easier for me to replace a tier one than go replace my money site or target site, or certainly a client site. Don't want to do any damage to that. So good question, though, Emmanuel. Good question. Appreciate it. All right. Folks, if you have questions, this is kind of an open Q&A. Ask me anything. So hit them up in the chat and see what I can do for you. And also be sure to like, share, and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. All right. Hey, I'm going to share one more thing as well as a thought about what do I do with my PR after it is released. And I mentioned earlier, I have a video coming up. Actually, let me share. Boom, boom, boom. Let me share my screen again. I have a video coming up, or will probably release in the next week or so, in regards to podcast publishing, and I go into depth about this. I love this thing. Taking your news article, we craft a evergreen podcast episode, and we push it out there, and really some great linking and a great way to power up stuff. So this is a very fun thing to do. But look for my video on that on the News Guy YouTube channel. Actually, I think the full thing is Randy, the News Guy YouTube channel. If you're watching on YouTube, so you already know what it is, I'll throw it up here. Go to my channel. Right, here I am. I'll put this into the chat. Boom. But look for a video on that podcast thing coming up there. I think you'll check it out. But that's not what I wanted to hit. The other thing, though, I mentioned, right, about sending engagement signals, right, when we were talking about the booster links. And I mentioned doing engagement and traffic specifically. So this is something, if you have any kind of a tool, like one of my favorites is CTR Booster. I also like, we use like 3 different kind of CTR tools in our arsenal. We use CTR Booster, love that. Garrett has built just a great tool as he's taken that thing over and has just really made that thing solid. I like Epic Traffic Bot Pro, right? I use that one for a very, very specific kind of things. We also use Awesome Traffic Bot Pro. I know all of these things, right? But the thing that you can do with that, I'm going to close out some of these screens. So grab one of those tools, and then you can go onto your press release report, grab some of those links, right? So grab the Finance, Yahoo, grab your Globe, whatever, any of the ones that you want. And then load those as referral links or sources in. I use CTR Booster for this. So I'll go out and I'll build a campaign, and I'll drop in maybe 10 to 20 of these news links, and I'll do it as a referral. And so what will happen is that CTR Booster, and you use VPNs and proxies and all of this to kind of mask everything. But so CTR Booster will go out specifically and hits first those referral links, right? So meaning it's going to go first, the bot's going to go first out to Yahoo Finance. And then I have it, and this is a great thing I love about CTR Booster. I have it go and spend, dwell on the page, have it scroll for, 30 seconds to 90 seconds, boom. And then I have it go click on one of the links, right? I'm like, okay, great. Click on one of the links. And I'm not even real particular about which link, but I just wanted to do that. It was great. Here's one. Boom, go click on. Um, and then um, and then CTR Booster goes, clicks on the link, and then goes out to the site of the target of the anchor. Um, and then I have it reside on there for generally anywhere from I like trying to like 90 to about 300 or so seconds, right? So give like it's out, and I might have it as well go bounce around a little bit. The reason why you would like to do all of that, right? So send that referral traffic is, and again, I do it primarily because I want to send signals in to the news sites that these things are getting traffic and engagement. So that's why I have it click a link there. Now, we don't send a ton of traffic, so don't like load up and send hundreds a day, right? So oftentimes, too much people think, hey, if a little's a good thing, then a lot must be fabulous. And unfortunately, that's not the case in SEO in many, many instances. But it is a good thing, though. Drive a little traffic to your press release, to the news site article. And then, and when I say a little, literally maybe like 6 to 8 a day. And not to the same news site, meaning if I have 20 different news articles, CTR Booster is just kind of randomly selecting them for me. I don't really care. But I'm only having CTR Booster do like 6 to 8, maybe up to 10 a day of hitting those referral links. So just a little bit. I don't want a massive amount of traffic. Um, and because I don't want to send some crazy signal to the news site that somebody is sending bot traffic to it. I just want to send it like, hey, it kind of looks natural. And as well, I don't want to load up and blow up the metrics on whatever the target site is as well. I don't all of a sudden don't want my uh, Google Analytics or Search Console all of a sudden start registering. Hey, all of a sudden a massive spike of 200 hits a day has occurred. So I don't want that either. Just a little bit. And that little bit of traffic, referral traffic, is also great for ranking. For your search ranking purposes that you're trying to achieve in your press release to begin with. So I think that is a very nice practice. Now, obviously, not everybody has CTR Booster. I don't do that as a service either. I know people have asked me, like, you should or would you? I don't, because it's a finesse kind of thing, and I don't know individuals' sites well enough to understand. We do it for my own client, that we take that effort. But again, it's a finesse, and a little works wonders. A lot can be damaging. So but that's I think that's a great practice to do. So anyway, a couple of different things there for you, right? Let's see, I'm going to pull this thing up. So uh, let's see. Any other questions? Throw them up in the chat. Shared with you a couple of things while you're writing your questions, if you have any. Do want to remind you next week, because I'm just coming back from SEO spring training, I probably am not going to do hot off the press next Tuesday. I'll be kind of scurrying and getting my act back together, getting dug out from everything from being gone for really almost a week. So, But the following week, so what would that be? So not on April 9th, but on April 16th, we'll be back at it. And hopefully, I've reached out. I've got somebody that has put something out as a course that I'm pretty excited about and would love to get on the show and kind of walk through and talk through that a little bit. So that's what we're doing, hopefully on April 16th. And then we'll book out a number of guests for the upcoming weeks as well, but not next week. Next week, I'm going to try to dig out from being gone in Arizona, SEO spring training. Yeah. All right. Any other questions? If none, I really don't have much else to kind of go through. I wanted to share a couple of different things in regards to what to do after your press release. I think we accomplished that. Let's see what else. Just again, a reminder, Monday at noon, Craig Campbell's channel. You can check us out, Craig, myself, Holly Starks, as we do our Monday show. Get a chance to ask questions. We try to actually on that show do a little bit more topical versus just kind of open-ended. So yesterday, we talked about PPC or paid per click, pay per click campaigns versus organic SEO. Can they cohabitate? Do you do one versus the other, or what's the best strategy? And so we talked about that at great length as well yesterday. Actually, and one of the things I do want to share is, let me go back to my YouTube channel. I'm going to drop some of this stuff here. So on our YouTube channel, and what you can do now, this is pretty great. So if you are doing videos of anything, if videos is a part of your marketing, and by the way, you could do a great video support for your press releases as well. Go create your press release, convert it, your story into a video, and then go start doing some video marketing with that. Another great way to promote your and help support your press release. But so here's our channel, right? If you go to your channel on your YouTube channel and then go to your videos. So in there, it's going to list all of your videos that you've got, right? Boom. And by the way, here's our podcast channel that we have, the News Guy podcast, and here are press releases that we have supported with great stuff. Love it. But so you've got your videos in here. Check this out right over here. Boom, 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 all the way to the right. Promotions. You can run promotions for your videos, and this is an amazing service, I have to tell you, in that I just did this one, so it's still not quite registered yet, and getting the traction on it. But you can see I did this one from our last video, promoted it, spent just a few bucks on it, but look at the results of this. Over 400,000 impressions. Got from those impressions, we've gotten almost 5,800 promotional views, right? And uh, just under 800 subscribers to that, all pumping off of this promotion. This really is a great way. So when you start talking about, what to do, paid campaigns, this is a little bit kind of a hybrid of a paid campaign, because the way you set this up, you really don't have keywords. You're really just based off of the description of your video, and then you have very limited audience targeting that you can do, and really it's just primarily country and language. But you can do that and fire this thing up and get engagements on. Now, the benefit of this, so obviously you're getting views and subscribers and that and engagement on your YouTube channel, But you could, depending upon what your video is on and what you're doing in the description and how you're linking and all of that kind of stuff, you can also drive really a fair amount of good pass-through traffic from YouTube passing through as referral traffic out to your website or wherever your target is that you might be linking and putting up as a target in your description. Um, Another great way. Well, I will call it a hybrid kind of paid per click because it's not you just set it up and say, "Hey, here's my budget," and you never know exactly what you kind of get some similar results. But here's another video we did here. I spent the same kind of amount of money, got a better number of impressions, better number of promotional views, a little better as well on the subscribers. So, so it kind of varies a little bit. So you never want to like, who knows what I'm going to get, so to speak. Kind of like a box of chocolates. Yes. Forrest Gump impersonation. But I think it really is a great service. Now, YouTube had this in beta for I don't know, since about September or so. And then about a month, maybe 2 months ago, they pulled it out of beta and made it now wide general audience availability. So go check this out. Go play around with it. I will give you some. It doesn't work with shorts, so and I don't know why yet, whether they just haven't engaged it yet. But if you apply a shorts video, it doesn't do it. It does work with live. So I've done it with a couple of my hot off the press live videos. It does work with those. And of course, any of your other basic standard videos that you're doing. I haven't tried it with podcasts yet, so I'm not sure if it would do that, or I haven't done it with playlists yet either. So um, something to think about. So go and experiment, go explore, see what it can do for you. But think it's I love it though. I think it's kind of a fun thing, and to give it a shot. So boom. And as well, be sure if you would please like, subscribe, all of that stuff. So there we are watching. All right, folks. I think if there are no other questions or anything else that's going on, appreciate you hanging out with me for just under the hour. And I will be back not next Tuesday, but the week after. So in 2 weeks, we will be back live. Here's my camera again going crazy. So come and join me there. And again, please like, subscribe, follow, and leave your comments and appreciate you. I was down in South Carolina last week on vacation. I love how they say thank you. They say, I appreciate you. I think that is I love that phrase. I love the phrasing. Anyway, all right. Pamela, bye. We'll talk to you later. Everybody, have a great week, and we will